seconds and counting.
Hey, what's up, guys? Clutch City Entertainment here, back with another video, and today we have a very exciting video as I'm joined here with Owen. Owen is new to Clutch City Entertainment, but we're super excited for him to contribute with us, and we're going to be doing a Stefon Diggs film review. As you know, the Houston Texans have acquired Stefon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills, including a fifth and sixth round pick. And it's a very exciting move that basically completes the Houston Texans offense. They now have a wide receiver trio of Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell. They also, of course, added Joe Mixon, and they have their superstar quarterback in CJ Stroud, and also a pretty darn good offensive line led by All-Pro Laramie Tunsil at left tackle. Um, First of all, Owen, what is your overall thoughts of the move when it came out before we get into this film review and Diggs as a player as well? You can include that with the value.
For sure. When it came out, I was obviously excited. I was in my AP history class and I got the noti from Woj, or not Woj, Schefter, and I was hyped. I almost let out a scream. My history teacher wouldn't have liked that, but gotta do what you gotta do. But I thought it was a cool trade. I didn't think that we really needed an extra wide receiver. I was never really in the camp that like we needed a insane trio, but it never hurts to have it. Um, Recently, if the restructuring they did with cutting off the last three, I really like that because I mean it's pretty easy. It's just a 1 year rental, and then next year you can extend Nico. And if Diggs doesn't really work out for you, you can just move on with that era. And it's a really like low risk, high reward kind of thing for me. So yeah, that's kind of my
Yeah,
thoughts.
yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the contract. Now obviously there was a way the Texans could have potentially just released Diggs and have minimal cap loss as well. The Texans decided to just kind of basically give Stephon Diggs a 1 year prove-it deal. So for those not informed, Diggs will now be making around $22.5 million this year, and then he will be an unrestricted free agent, where the Texans could only earn up to a maximum of a fifth round compensatory pick if Diggs were to sign with any other team. So just a little bit of it was a mutual decision by Nick Caserio and Stephon Diggs, just a little bit of a way to kind of balance things out, if you will. In terms of the player, you're right. We probably didn't need this wide receiver trio, but it doesn't hurt. Stefon Diggs is undoubtedly one of the best route runners in the NFL, and I think he will go down as one of the best in NFL history, as we're going to be looking at some of these clips today. And let's just get into the first one here. This one is going to be kind of a special angle here, just to really look at Stefon Diggs' route running prowess. We're gonna run through it one time. This is versus the Dolphins, and look at that, just a little shake and bake. He makes his routes look so effortless, right, Owen? I mean, what
Yeah.
else can you really ask for one-on-one? That just looks too easy.
Is Cater in zone here? Is
So,
that
I
what's
mean,
happening?
if we can look through it one more time, really just he's in kind of like a little
Yeah.
bit of a zone turn, but that's just overall really poor technique. But
Yeah.
what I do like. I mean, unfortunately, it wasn't Jalen Ramsey out there, but we all know how Diggs has toasted Jalen Ramsey in the past. But I love how Diggs kind of gets vertical. He's going to take one step and a head fake. That one step and a head fake gets Cater Kohu to just kind of go inside, expecting a slant again. Still, this isn't the best technique from a cornerback relatively on an island with Stefon Diggs. And then Diggs is just gonna show off his really nice, clean, precise footwork. He doesn't waste any movement. It's not choppy. And then bang, goes out. Good hip fluidity, good separation. That's exactly how I want to see the Texans consistently use Stephon Diggs in the red zone on third down when you need him. He's gonna consistently separate. And he's gonna make it look super duper clean. Just one of the most overall best route runners in the NFL, where it's like, how do you guard it? Yeah.
For sure. What would you want to base alignment like in the red zone for this Houston Texans team to look? would you include Schultz in this or no? Like in a red zone look?
I would like, I mean, I'm a big fan of, tight slots, bunch, but really now the Texans can kind of go spread in the red zone. They could, you go maybe Nico big slot, Dalton Schultz as your Y slot out wide, and then you could have Tank and Diggs both outside. And I feel like you're going to be able to create one-on-one matchups for them, regardless. Because again, I mean, it's like you said, the wide receiver trio. These are all phenomenal wide receivers. You have to have your eyes on everyone, but you can't double team everyone.
For
So
sure.
defenses are gonna be put in quite a bind, and I feel like if you can get a one-on-one matchup like this for Stefon Diggs, it's gonna work every single time.
Yeah. I can't really see the safeties here, so I couldn't really tell you what coverage it is. It looks to be some sort of like cover zero, just because I don't see a high safety or anything. Um, but these corners are kind of playing like back quarters kind of thing. But
Yeah, it looks like he was gonna
yeah,
be in a quarter kind of turn,
yeah,
cover three kind of deal, match coverage. But
yeah.
let's get into the next clip here. We're gonna go to the Giants game. I actually really like Stephon Diggs from from this Giants game. I believe he had 10 receptions. Um,
Damn.
and it wasn't a lot of long catches. It was just the fact that he was able to really settle in the zones. I believe this is what we're gonna see here. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a what we call a beater. It's gonna be an angle inside. And the main thing that I like here is how he gets inside against Banks inside. And then
Yeah,
he identifies that zone. He's gonna look at the safety, and then he's got to fill all of this area. Right? He's got all this area right in the middle. But still, you want to be able to make it easy for your quarterback, make it easy for yourself in terms of taking hits and whatnot. He's gonna take a very sharp turn again, no wasted movement into that space. This is a guy with some of the best footwork you will find. I will say it time and time again. A lot of wide receivers will round this route. Their footwork will be choppy. They'll lose momentum, but this is just such a great transition and overall footwork to be able to operate in zone. And this is going to be easy pitch and catch. And this is a type of play where you can really utilize it in any situation. You can do play action crossers. You'll also see Diggs do a really good job in zone with like your hank concepts, curls, comebacks, stops, sticks, zigs. He has a really good understanding of zone.
for sure. This looks to be cover six to me, right? If I have it correctly.
Let's see. Yeah, he's
Banks
probably
drops into the
Banks
flat.
probably in that's your two, that's your four. So that's likely going to be cover six. You're absolutely correct there.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, he has the matchup against Spanks, rookie corner. That's barbecue chicken. You get that every time. So, I mean, not much you can really say about this one. He does a good job of avoiding the linebacker here and getting around him. Being able to curve out that route and just find the space and zone is really important for any receiver. So, yeah, that's really important for.
Yeah, I really just think he's such a fluid player, and people really underrate that part of any NFL player's game. As we look at Stephon Diggs here, um, he's
Oh, yeah, let's
this was
go.
just a
Yeah.
this was a nasty route. I mean, I don't really know what else to say.
Is that
Um,
Bradbury
y
on him?
y
No, that's not Bradbury.
I don't know if it's
Bradbury's on the other side.
yeah,
That may be
but he's
Ricks.
running a goal line fade, from their own 30-yard line. I mean, the things that you can do is Stephon Diggs. They even might be trying to bracket him with Darius Slay up here, but this is I guess they got kind of lucky, honestly, in terms of the design of the play here, where
Yeah,
Diggs is able to just kind of work with that one guy. But again, this is another example of just the precise footwork with no wasted movement. He's gonna again fake inside, stop his momentum, and then fade out and show body control, ball tracking ability. He does a really good job in terms of timing at the point of attack. Obviously, that is also due to the connection he has with Josh Allen. And you know, I'm sure him and CJ Stroud will be working on timing things like this all the time. Hopefully, very, very soon, as we saw Stefon Diggs is already in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, that movement at the line is insane. Like sometimes you'll see Diggs and he kind of gets caught up on the release and just trying to like outman his guy and just like beat him up at the line. But when he's able to just get off the guy off the line of scrimmage like this, I mean, he's just dancing around him, not getting jammed at all. And when he's able to do this, he's just a nasty route runner. I mean, it's really an art to watch. I mean, this is cover free, right? Um,
Cover
so
three with some,
yeah,
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, some sort of bracket coverage as well. He's already in the flat, so.
yeah.
But yeah, regardless of the coverage here, the important thing that Diggs does is he stacks his guys. So not right here when where I have it paused, Diggs and the defender are pretty much just looking at each other. So that's an advantage for Stefon Diggs, um, because that defender has no leverage to his left or to his right. Stefon Diggs is the one who knows if he's going left or right, not the DB. And then again, the footwork, it's just impossible to guard. And then little shimmy, out, timing, bang, catch. Really love this play. It's just the little things that's fun, Diggs. He does them so well done, so perfectly, just super important for an NFL wide receiver, and that's why he's one of the best. Now we get Stefon Diggs over here to your left. This was a third down play that I highlighted. And again, just a very little thing. He's going to start here. He's going to stack at a pretty with a pretty aggressive release, quickness off the line of scrimmage. And he's gonna kind of get his hands out too, because you can use your hands right there. And he's just gonna get inside for the slant, third down. This was later in the game too. Sure they could do this with a guy like Nico Collins and Tank Dell, yes, but Stephon Diggs, also a guy that's gonna be able to consistently move the sticks for you. What do you see here, Owen?
I mean, he just beats DJ Reed, right? I mean, he just beats him at the point of
Absolutely.
attack. And then what I like even more about this is he adjusts to the ball here. Like when it's not an easy catch at all. Like he has to like adjust to it.
Yeah.
So, I
Uh,
mean, it's more than just like he can not only make the easy catches, but even he can make the hard ones as well. And that's where he really excels. And it's important to have not only a crisp route runner like he is with a great release, but I mean, I think his hands were one of the best parts about his film. He didn't drop much of anything, and that's really important.
Yeah, I think he's got immense body control, the ability to contort and adjust to any ball that comes his way. Something that I saw very often. We also saw that in the last play in Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the next clip that we got here. This was a big, big play that obviously didn't really turn out to matter for the Bills as they lost to the Bengals, but it's another big red zone touchdown late in the game. It's gonna go with the little stop and go. Owen, what do you see here? And isn't that just so impressive how he can
That
stop his
was
movement like that
that
and
was
get over
crazy,
top?
dude. Oh my God. Is that Awuzie, new Titans guy? Or is that
Mm, good question. I think Uzier might be
okay?
over here
Got you,
on the
got
10
you,
yard
got you.
line.
Could have made a joke about it.
No, but yeah, so he's gonna stack again and he's
Yeah.
gonna get outside. He's gonna look at his feet are slowing down. That's all he needed. That's gonna get the DB. See now the DB is in a very vulnerable position. His hips are super, super wide. He's not going to be able to burst out of that and cover Diggs over the top. That's why Diggs is able to burst over the top with his momentum for the touchdown. I also like the utilization of late hands here, so the DB can't really make any sort of play on the ball. Let's take a look at the point of attack. Yeah, really late hands here. He kind of just puts them out the last second. A lot of receivers might mess that up and they might, flip their hips a little bit too much, put their hands out early and maybe the DB can get their hands on it. But no, this is a super, super fluid. Great timing by Stephon Diggs all around on this play. That's not even horrible coverage by the
Oh yeah.
defensive back. It's just Stephon Diggs made the better play.
He's been watching some Diggs film. He knows he likes to go to the out routes, and he's trying to cover that, and he gets caught lacking. Simple as that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of DBs are very, very much so threatened by his initial quickness off the line of scrimmage. They're ready for those comebacks, those curls, those quick stops. And then when he gives off the movement of a quick stop, he's able to do that, stop and go, and burst over the top. We got three more clips here. We're gonna go back to the Giants game. And this is another play that I really like. He's gonna run a crosser, another kind of angle crosser. But the key thing to me here was again, he's gonna get inside. So that's great. He's got leverage to be able to, run all into this area already. But he sells it even more because he's gonna stem up and then he's gonna give a head fake too. I'm gonna go back to the head fake if I can. Yep. There was a head fake right before he turns his head into the left. He did a head fake to the right, which is gonna make you think he's going even more vertical. He might run a corner out, but no, he's gonna run an angle to the left. Diggs doesn't really have much long speed, and that's something you were talking about earlier in terms of being a deep threat, but he's able to just continuously get deep by the subtle movements that he makes.
Yeah, I mean, I like what you added there with the head fake. I really wouldn't have noticed that, just looking at the clip, but that's a really good observation about it because it really does sell it because Josh Allen is rolling to his right here, right? So you're
Mm-hmm.
expecting it to be more of a right play, you're expecting the route combos to go more to the right, but it goes to the left, which is like completely unexpected for this corner because he's taking the outside leverage thinking this is going to go to the right, but if he takes it left, and
Yeah.
that's the important part here. I don't know what the safety is doing. The single hop, he is
Yeah, he's
lost.
playing a little bit too deep.
Yeah.
Uh, but I've seen that a lot in the Wink Martindale system where that's really just, the last line of defense kind of deal here. But so not really much of a chance for the safety to help. But the understanding of leverage by Stefon Diggs is crucial because, like we said, Diggs doesn't have the long speed. But if you can understand leverage, you're always going to be able to find ways to get open versus man coverage and zone coverage. To our next clip, yes, this is the one I was excited to show because this one to me is kind of where everything comes together. For Stephon Diggs, he's gonna go outside. He's got the outside leverage. He's gonna continuously go even more out. He's gonna stem up again, but the whole time Diggs is running a comeback route. And this Dolphins defensive back is now, if you can, it may be a little bit hard to see, but his eyes are pretty much almost turned to the end zone.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs continuously pressed the attack, made him feel like he was going vertical, and he's going to come back, catch the ball, really good body control, turn and go, break this tackle, and break that tackle too, and he's gonna run all the way for the touchdown. In terms of Diggs, as a yak threat, I felt like he was very slippery. He's an action initiator. He's gonna like to juke you out, spin you out. He's capable of doing it. He's got a little bit of a leaner frame, but it's just that overall elusiveness, slipperiness to his game. He's gonna offer you. As a gadget guy, you can give him the ball, hand it off, and he might make him man miss, and you get a good 7 or 8 yards from that. So that's just kind of what Diggs brings to his overall game. It's just a little bit of an extra thing, which really makes him an all-around wide receiver one that can operate inside, outside, win versus man coverage. Obviously, we saw the ability versus zone, and then the playmaking ability that we see here.
Absolutely nasty. What I like about Diggs and his rack ability is he may not be the greatest athlete ever, but he certainly does, like, he is slippery. And he also, what I love even more is he understands where the sticks are, right? Like he can get to the first down marker very easily because he just has the vet knowledge to get to the first down, right? Because that's really important. If it's like 3rd and 8 and it only goes for 5 and he needs 3 yards, some like rookie players may not be able to have the knowledge of where the sticks may be and may go down at 4th and 1. Versus when Diggs does it, I think he can usually get you that first down, which I think is even more important than just like a dynamic athlete. On this play specifically, I mean, just a cook sesh, right? I mean, can't say much
DB
more.
had no chance.
Yeah, I mean,
Because again, we were talking about earlier, it's like, when you gain leverage like that and when you're stemming up field, stacking, Diggs knows where he's going. DB has no idea. So he's going vertical here. He's gonna go out. It's like it's kind of like an out. It's like an out and up comeback route. That's
Nasty.
three different things into one. Great body control, great timing. Again, the connection between CJ Stroud and Stefon Diggs will be really important because Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs were seemingly on the page so well that Diggs was able to utilize late hands, things like that, where he knew exactly when that ball was going to come out. He knew when he knows when to get to the catch point. So I just really love the timing there. And that's something that Stroud and Diggs will undoubtedly work on once again. And we're gonna end it here with this one
Oh,
last clip.
Jesus.
This was a just another beautiful rub against Stephon Diggs right here. He's stacking them. Gonna go inside. But what I love here is he sees the defensive back is now in a trail technique on Diggs' slant route. We do not know if this is for sure by design, of course. But we'll speak a little bit on that after that. But Diggs is gonna flip his hips fluidly, run to the corner. Darius Slay, who's one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL. I think that's fair, even though he's getting a little bit old. I think it's still fair to say he's one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL. Just completely lose Stephon Diggs. I think this is a super high IQ play by Stephon Diggs to turn this slant into a corner route because I don't believe that's just a general thing you do by design. He sees Josh Allen, it's under pressure and that the DB's in a trail technique. So I just simply run away from the DB, give Josh Allen some space out here to the corner, easy pitch and catch. But a lot of guys just simply don't know to do that.
But I agree with you completely here, right? But not only does this help him, this also generates space for the tight end, right? Because that safety is now going towards Diggs. The tight end is now also open, right? You watch it
That's
deeper into
right.
this
So
play. Dalton Kincaid comes back,
yep,
and then
look at
Steph.
that.
So even if Steph doesn't get the target here, now Dalton Kincaid is wide open, right? So that's also really important here because not only is Diggs just like a really good route runner, but he's been in the league for so long that he understands not only how to get himself open, but how to get his teammates open as well. I mean, they're sending what, seven here? It looks like
Oh
one,
yeah.
two, three, four, five, yeah, seven. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, so what are you going to do, right? It's a single high. You just beat your man and you carry the safety. Someone else is going to get open, right? So, I mean, it's just masterful route running.
Yeah, it kind of looks like pretty much everyone in the Bills may have had like some sort of an option route. That's a high level NFL thing that you'll see. Diggs is going to excel in option routes like that, where again he's going to stack your defender. He's going to play with the leverage that he's got and really take advantage of that. Diggs excels in scramble drill opportunities. There are multiple touchdowns. Um, while he was in Buffalo with Josh Allen, or Josh Allen would scramble, Diggs would move around. Diggs would adjust and really find a good area to go to for Allen. And again, we've seen CJ Stroud improvise as well, and we could be seeing similar plays just like this. That's the last clip that I have. Owen, do you have any more thoughts on Diggs' overall game, how he should be utilized, and what to expect?
Honestly, you've kind of changed my opinion a bit. I mean, I watched two games of film. It was the Eagles game and the Bucks game, and I wasn't like insanely impressed. I was much more impressed with the Eagles game than the Bucks game. And I think Diggs had a bit of a turbulent season last year with a OC change mid-season, right? I think that certainly hurt him. And you can argue if Ken Dorsey or LSU
Joe
dude,
Brady or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
Joe
Joe
Brady, yeah,
Brady.
yeah. My bad. If Joe Brady was better for Diggs, a lot of people are going to say it was Dorsey, but Dorsey's offense was just sufficiently worse because they weren't getting James Cook involved, right? Um, but I think Diggs can translate as a high level slot for us, and then you can also move him inside and out with Nico, with Tank, and all three of them are pretty versatile wide receivers. And I think that really helps just like change up matchups to get you favorable matchups for whatever you really want to do on the play. And then not even going to talk about like Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon, who are also receiving threats in their
Just
respective.
insane that the
Yeah.
offense is the way it looks. But yeah, when I watched this film, I can't lie. There was a lot of times where Diggs was open and he could have had so many yards, so many more catches than he did. That could go down the scheme. There were some moments where it's like Josh Allen just pulled the trigger. Why'd you scramble here? Josh Allen is he's a fun player to watch. I had fun watching this film, but there's some moments where, again, Josh Allen's play is just a little bit erratic and kind of funny at times. So I think Stefon Diggs being in Houston is a great thing. Like you said, positional flexibility. I think you can use him as a gadget player too. He's a matchup nightmare, like we talked about, versus any coverage. He's high IQ in terms of option routes, scramble drill. This is one of the best all-around wide receivers in football. He's a Houston Texan, and the Texans have more than just Stephon Diggs on this offense. The season cannot come soon enough. That's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy these type of videos, let us know down below in the comments. Obviously, with the NFL draft coming up, we can do reviews on players as well. So super excited to get into that. We'll see you all next time. Peace.